of the Social Style Podcast. I'm your man, you guy. I got my boy JD Stewart with me tonight.
And yes, sir, we are in the building with a special edition today. And we are here to talk about what is going on in the United States of America Incorporated.
Man, it's crazy right now, right?
Absolutely, man. This is absolutely unprecedented. And this is probably, you know what? I'm not going to say it's the worst riot, because the worst riot actually happened in 1967. But this one is almost just as bad, man. I'm telling you. You know, here's the difference is, at least, you know, we didn't strike in our, you know, the rioters didn't strike the minority areas. They actually struck in the high, you know, residential and commercial areas around the country.
I mean, I shouldn't say that, but I mean, we can't continue to
We figured it out. That's what happened. We figured it out. We can't keep destroying our own property. You know what I mean?
The next step in figuring it out completely is not looting at all, not even giving them a chance to criminalize us in any sort of manner in the media or any type of way, you know, giving us some type of labels, you know. But
here's the thing. I don't even think that, I personally don't think these protesters are actually the ones starting the looting and rioting. I actually think that we got what they call agent provocateurs. Okay? Agent provocateurs. Now, a lot of people don't know, what's an agent provocateur? You know what? You know me. I like to Google search what these things mean. And guess what your boy did for us today?
What's that?
We'll be right back.
Today's episode is sponsored by Shinju Whiskey. The smooth taste of Shinju Whiskey. Japanese import.
Well, you know,
we're back
out here that's not for the movement. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people that these police are planting in here. I've seen several videos of, you know, police with people with white people telling them to spray paint this and do this. And,
right,
you know,
right. Look at that. Can you see that? What I put on the screen?
Yeah.
Okay, you want to read that for me? See what that is.
For one who engages in provocative behavior, an undercover agent who incites suspected persons to partake in or commit criminal acts.
Okay, so you got people who could be planted amongst the good people, the protesters, and they go around and they set off a little pipe bomb or they bust a window, and that just incites the rest of the crowd to want to participate and just get riled up. You get what I'm saying? So it's nothing for the government or local government agencies, whether it's the local police, the FBI, the CIA. This is not uncommon. There's actually been, you know, known facts in President Hoover's time, where he would plant agent provocateurs into the crowds in order to set off the riots and give a good reason to bring in strong force and start, you know, martial law processes. So, you know, we got to look out for what's going on around us, and we can't get sucked into all of this crazy propaganda that's going on.
Well, you know, and also, you know, the people that's getting arrested here, you know, the government has figured out that we have these white anarchist groups coming in here, starting a lot of this trouble. And 1 out of 7 people that's getting arrested are from out of state. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. And that's my point.
Coming in, infiltrating our city, you know, making it worse. A lot of people that's getting arrested here that's causing damage ain't even from here. You know what I'm saying?
That's my point. Agent provocateurs. That's what they are. They ain't got nothing to do with this area. They coming from other places. They're getting involved, you know, and it's not even just a black people. It's white people. It's everybody that's getting involved. Now, I don't know if you saw in the news, these 2 lawyers, which I think is real suspect, got caught throwing pipe bombs. What would be the, why would you want to, as a lawyer, young lawyer, why would you want to mess your career up throwing pipe bombs?
Just because you're a lawyer, that don't mean you ain't no criminal.
But I get it, but come on, some things,
person.
You went to school. You might as well use the education to make some better, not sit there and spend the next couple of years in jail, and you're gonna get disbarred.
Who were they throwing pipe bombs at? Were they throwing pipe bombs at the police?
Police vehicles.
Oh well, fuck it.
They got caught. It's a wrap.
Well, just are you talking about the two young girls that got caught from upstate New
No,
York?
it was a guy and a girl.
Oh well, arrested for trying to I forgot what it was like, obstruction. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
Oh, there's all types of crazy charges going on right now. My thing here is, okay, I'm watching the other day. I'm watching news, and they were in L.A. doing the riots, and they were sitting there. Dudes were just busting in the Champions store, taking out boxes of clothes, sneakers, pulling up in front of the spot with the camera, talking about, "Don't get my license plate."
Everything.
Yo, these dudes are crazy. All right, seriously. But I've also seen some interesting images as well in the news. I've seen. What did you think about the Miami police kneeling to the protesters?
I thought that was good. I also think that even though we never really know who truly means it, because that can be just a gesture of peace. That could be meaning.
Yeah, of course, that's what it is.
Being submissive. Not necessarily that you go with their cause, but that can also de-escalate a lot of things, like it did.
Let's take a time out.
One of his higher powers told him, "Take a knee."
You better. They're gonna tear this city up.
Yeah, take a knee.
It was more of a plea because they didn't want to fight with the people, so they better off surrendering themselves to the people. But it wasn't for the point of what the people are fighting for. It was more or less, we don't want no problems. Let's go ahead and act like we're down with this, so we can calm this down, So here's another thing. Let's go back to this whole take a knee thing. What's interesting is, I mentioned to you before on the phone about, Craig Hodges, which in those riots were going on in Watts, and he was trying to get a couple of ball players like Magic Johnson and Michael Jordan, who wasn't playing that early in the game, but later on, he wanted to make some type of awareness to, police brutality and racism going on. He asked those two to join him and tried to make this move happen. This is back later towards the 80s, when Michael Jordan first got in, and what year were they winning the championship?
No, this was like, I remember Craig Hodges. Craig Hodges played right when Michael first came into the league, so it was probably late 80s, early 90s, because Mike Jordan, he got out of the school in 88 or something like that, or was he already in the league?
I think he was in the league around 89, 88 or so, and because the Jordan sneakers were already out.
A pair of Jordans. I don't even know if I would wear a pair of Jordans if he gave them to me.
But back to my point is that he tried to go to Magic Johnson and Jordan and get the most two powerful people in the NBA to basically kind of make awareness to what's going on, the same way Colin Kaepernick is doing right now, or did at a couple of. And what happened to your boy Craig? What you want to tell me? What happened to Craig?
They blackballed Craig. Craig ain't been
exactly. So what else did they just do to Colin Kaepernick?
Well, they blackballed him, but the thing is, with social media and different formats now, Colin Kaepernick still had a platform to be able to progress.
Right, he did, but it still was ignored the same way Craig was ignored. Okay, now here we are. Everything is going down. Here's the thing. I wonder. Here's my thought process on Jay-Z. I think he was made to look like a fool at this point.
Who?
Jay-Z.
Right now?
Yes.
And why you think that?
Because he basically was brought in the NFL to basically overshadowed Colin Kaepernick's agenda to try to make awareness to what was going on. And when he came in, it all got pushed to the side and it became something else. And now, it all got just overridden. Now you got a whole another thing. And now where are we at? In the same position, if not worse, before he got there.
Right.
So what did Jay-Z actually accomplish other than to get people to like the NFL again? I mean, and not be mad at the NFL, but it didn't stop police brutality. It didn't make awareness to it. Another person had to get killed in order to make awareness.
We can't blame this on Hov, man. Hov did not create that.
I didn't blame it on Hov. What I said is he over.
We'll be right back with your co-hosts Hubert Guy and JD Stewart. This show is sponsored by actor, host, and comedian Hubert Guy. For more information, contact Hubert Guy _INC.
But we can't put all that on him. We can't just be like, oh, because he's Hov, he can make it better. No,
but that's what they did. They tried to bring him in to clean up the mess.
Carter, it is not God, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, just because they put him there because of who he is, because he has the black audience. He has us. You know what I'm saying?
My point is why? To do what?
That wasn't gonna make it right. You know what I'm saying? It backfired on him.
But that's my point.
And he can't overshadow nobody. He can't really
He did. He shut it down to where all of a sudden Colin Kaepernick meant nothing, and his point that he was still trying to make, Jay-Z came in and just kind of killed the whole vibe, whatever he did, and whatever it was, give him a little tryout, give him a little check, and brush him to the side. Let's get back to NFL business.
That wasn't Jay-Z. Jay-Z didn't do that. That
is what Jay-Z. No, Jay-Z participated in. What are you talking about?
I mean, of course. I mean,
it's not of course. He didn't have to. He could have stood with Colin Kaepernick.
But more people also than Jay-Z participate in that. But I digress. Let's not get off track with what we're talking about.
But this is still part of the whole process.
But I mean, who cares about that? Because that's not solving nothing.
Well, no. The point is, what it all comes down to is the fact that at that point in time, Colin Kaepernick was trying to make awareness of what is happening right now, and had Jay-Z might have stood with Colin Kaepernick, maybe this incident might not have happened because we would have been focused on what he was trying to make an awareness at that point.
How many really black celebrities have you seen come out and really speak about what the fuck is going on? They don't want to lose their position that they still.
But see, that's the thing. That's the problem. Okay, so Colin Kaepernick did, and he lost his position. So we see the result of it clearly. Craig Hodges did the same. He lost his position. We get it. We're in America right now. So if you try to overstep your line, then you are going to lose your position. If you don't fall in line and step back, you will lose your position. You know what? But hey, here it is. At the end of the day, that's the difference of why you got to really be independent, because that way you not slave to nobody. You don't have to be silenced because of a paycheck. That's the difference between when you do your own thing.
So let me add on to what you were saying about Craig Hodges, because I remember hearing about that, and this is what actually happened. And I'm reading this off of Google, and what I put in was, why did Craig Hodges leave the Bulls? Because first of all, everybody knows that Craig Hodges was a large black activist. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
He confronted MJ for a letter about President Bush. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. Yep.
What it says is in '96 he filed a $40 million lawsuit against the NBA and its 29 teams, claiming they blackballed him for his association with Louis Farrakhan and criticism of African American professional athletes who failed to use their considerable wealth and influence to assist the poor and disenfranchised.
Facts.
And that and he's right. And they did. They did.
And they did. Absolutely.
But you know, the whole sad part about this though is that, okay, the white people, they blackballed you, but then your own people, they blackball you. They don't see.
Well, you know what? Michael Jordan was more concerned with selling Air Jordans and making money and his image that came with it.
Well, you know, if he would have came out being an activist, you know, as far as globally as an icon as he was and still is, I don't think that would have looked right, because, you know, we still have a lot of political war issues going on in so many other countries right now. But way back then, it was kind of like even worse. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I don't think it was as much peace as it is. Not saying that it's a lot of peace now, because it's not that much peace. But I think that the tide has maybe turned a little, only because you have social media now and things are publicized and put out there on a format for everybody to see. So I think sometimes people do consider how they act or consider what they say before something happens. But it was a totally different thing back then. Like, it was almost certain death back then to be a black activist. You know what I'm saying? But then like you got around that time too, even before then, let's say 87, 88, where you got Buckshot, your boy Buckshot, Poor Righteous Teachers, you know what I'm saying? KRS-One, you know what I'm saying? Everybody coming out, you know what I'm saying? X-Clan, you know what I'm saying? You know, being on that righteous hip hop and being, you know, black activists, you know, but it didn't really carry into sports like it does now. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Well, that's because it's a different movement. Hip hop is a culture that embodies all of that: sports, actors, everything.
And I think with the social media, it brings them together better now.
Yeah, it does.
It was such a discord because you couldn't, you know, you couldn't be at the game and post something. You know what I'm saying? Now you can connect. Everybody is, you know, live streaming it or showing it. So, you know, it was from when Craig Hodges got blackballed. Now it's I'm not gonna say it's hard to get blackballed because it's easy. We saw it.
Look, Colin Kaepernick just got blackballed.
I'm saying we saw it happen with him. And you know what? Even with, you know, my guy.
Hold that thought. We'll be right back.
Vanessa Williams' brother. Remember when he came out and spoke a few years ago at that awards show? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
When Eric Garner got killed. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I'm not going to say he hasn't done anything. I'm sure that he works on projects, you know, for himself. But, you know, you really haven't, you know, heard from him. These people, they have their agendas. They don't want you to disrupt the discord. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I agree. Here's the thing. Back to what we were saying earlier about the agent proper, the agents that are out here. You know, they found 2 police officers that had broke windows in stores, set fires. Where did they come from? And why would they do that?
Right.
Okay, so it's not like it's common that they're doing this stuff out here. You know, it's personally, you know, it's a little hard to tell what's going on. And you know what? That leads me into my next thing. Martial law. This is all the setup for martial law, because this is what you're doing. Now we got curfews in place right now. You know, I don't know, in every major city we're talking about, New York, you know, LA, DC, Philly, all major cities across the country have curfews. That's how they implement martial law into the public. And now we got people, you know, I was watching just on the screen before we started the show, You know, New York City got the helicopters riding around New York. They got the cops with their flashlights out. They're looking for people, whoever's out. And then, you know, who knows what else is going to happen from there. Okay? So you got your man Trump out there screaming crazy and stuff when the riots start, the shootings start. Okay? I don't know if you know anything about where that comes from. You know anything about that saying?
Yeah, I heard that some old racist somebody, some politician or something way back.
Right, exactly.
During some looting.
Oh, yeah. So I wanted to, I forgot. I should have put this up on the screen before. This is the little details about your boy Craig Hodges. Right here, I blew it up a little bit. 1996, Hodges filed. That's what you were saying right there. I have that up on the screen so the people can see it. They can know where that came from. You can always Google that. But back to something else I was saying about that saying that Trump was talking about. I think I got that information as well, so we can understand where that craziness comes from. Because
well, you know, the thing
here it is.
The thing with me, and as far as you know, the amount of, first of all, New York City has 38,000 police officers. You know what I'm saying? 38. The one night of looting, they only had 4,000 police officers out. You can't have 4,000 police officers out against tens of thousands, probably 100,000 protesters here in New York City in 5 different boroughs. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because I mean, dude, that's like taking on, that's like 10 people to every police officer. Of course,
right.
Police officers are scared. They're going to do dumb stuff. You know, they're going to use excessive force because they're scared. They're police officers. You know what I'm saying? Not saying that's an excuse. I'm not saying that. Let me clarify.
Right. What
I'm saying is, if you have a battle, you know what I'm saying, and you have a force with 20,000 people, and then you have another force with 5,000 people, those 5,000, even if that 5,000 people are supposed to be in control, they're still scared for their life. They're still a human being. You know what I'm saying? And it's still a dirty ones out there that's going to do a lot of dirty stuff. But even if somebody is not dirty, a cop being put in that position, if you got 5, 6, 7 dudes attacking you, you a human. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So,
hey, listen, keep that thought, and we're going to take a pause, and we'll be right back. All right, we get the Zoom notification.
First of all,
goody?
I want to thank my man Ryder Barber from Atlanta for chiming in with us. You know what I'm saying, giving us his perspective on things and so forth. You know, we always look forward to that extra commentary that we can get from, you know, down in the dirty. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
But you know, to keep speaking on what we were speaking on last night, as far as the protesting and the coronavirus, you know, like I was saying, everybody was talking about this big second wave that was going to be happening. You know what I'm saying? From, you know, oh, we're going to have a second wave once everything opens back up and, you know, people start getting back and around each other. But look, we have globally everybody across the world protesting during the pandemic. You know what I'm saying? So I'm curious to see if there will be cases or not, because right now, to me, it really don't look like it is. And, you know, New York City is still on pace, you know, to start phase 1 reopening June 8th. You know what I'm saying? So that's one of the things that I'm skeptical about this, you know, this coronavirus thing. It killed whatever it was. It killed a lot of people. It did its job. It put a lot of people out of business. It killed a lot of our elders. You know what I'm saying? It probably helped the politicians in the country reset their budget. You know, now with a lot of different things that's going on with this coronavirus, and almost practically martial law going on. There's going to be a lot of new laws that's going to be implemented, you know, that I'm sure they've been pushing for, but now can really have that agenda, you know,
I agree.
to do it. And one thing that I did, I mean, I've agreed with the governor on some of these things on how he's handled, you know, first the coronavirus and, you know, now the not the riots, I'm sorry, that's a bad word. The looting, so forth here that has marred the protest. And you know, how Trump was send the National Guard in. But like he said, like Cuomo said, that would only cause more, you know, more chaos, because we got to remember these National Guard people, they're not in the military all the time. You know what I'm saying? They go for
True.
2 weeks out of the year. You know what I'm saying? And you know, every or something like that. So you know, these bankers and different people that you have working at, you know, different places, and then you just automatically arm them and tell them to try to go control and police somebody. Nah, that, and here in New York City, that would have gotten out of hand quickly. You know what I'm saying?
I agree.
Last night was it was, you know, it was a little looting, but for the most part, the police had everything shut down. You know what I'm saying? Tonight, I saw earlier that some protesters were arrested over by Central Park over there by Fifth Avenue, you know, like Columbus Circle area. Said they was walking peacefully, but you know, they got arrested.
Here's the thing I want to ask you, and what you think about. We talked about it early in the show. The agent, what we call them, agent provocateurs.
Yeah.
You know, and I just caught some footage online where I saw this white woman spray painting Black Lives Matter. The cops are sitting there talking to her while she was doing it, and then said, you can hear in the video, paint Floyd, point. So she starts spray painting that. Now, the thing I want to ask you, when they're gone and dispersed from that situation, who do you think is going to get blamed for that?
Well, you know, anything that's happened during these last days of protest, of course, we as blacks and browns, you know, are going to be blamed for that, and especially blacks. So, you know, it's Black Lives Matter. Do you know that they defaced the cathedral down in Midtown?
No, I didn't know that.
Black Lives Matter on that. You know, that wasn't no black.
Of course, we don't even care about that. Why would we do that?
Right. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying. It now you got the agents going to work behind everything, trying to make this. And I just love how the country came together, but yet, you know, behind all everybody coming together, you got these agents in there making the whole protest look bad, making it look like they're a part of this whole destruction and craziness that's going on out there. I mean, I saw a video of somebody had the nerve to pull up in a Rolls Royce truck and run into the Louis store and rob the Louis Vuitton store. Yo, I'm like, are you serious? Like right now, it's like, you got the, and they did it like organized. They came up in a black, like regular Jeep. Behind them came the Rolls Royce truck, and they ran up in Louis truck store and came back out, got in the trucks and left.
And you
all
know,
on video.
You know, all these people that's been doing this stuff, a lot of these people, they on camera, just like we've been.
That's the crazy part. Did they not think about that?
Yeah, these infiltrators that's coming in, you know, how people have been exposing them and getting them on camera. These looters has been going in and doing all this stuff. They on camera too. You know what I'm saying? That's good.
Absolutely.
Especially that dude who ran over the police officer last night, the police sergeant. You know what I'm saying?
Oh.
They look right now if they haven't found him. You know what I'm saying? So it's so much stuff going on. You know, you're on camera. Like, I mean, it's not worth it.
Listen, I think, you know, at the end of the day, and I want to say this at the end, you know, just to kind of wrap this whole thing up before we get into our style segment. I mean, in the midst of protesting, in the midst of some type of riot, there's supposed to be a purpose for all of this. I understand that there is a purpose. The point is the wrong people are sending the message. Now, the purpose at the end of the day, a protest is to make awareness. We talked about people from the 1940s, the 1960s, to the 1980s to 2000, all trying to protest basically the same cause. You know, unfair treatment, you know, police brutality amongst Black people. And the result has not changed in 60 years. It's the same thing, right? Now, we talked about a lot of different things in this segment. I want to wrap it up and say this much to conclude my part of it, and I'm going to let you say yours. Now we've done all the protesting over 60 years. We see it hasn't changed. The only thing we changed was the fact you can get it on video now. The rioting is supposed to represent the fact that if we don't get justice, this is what the result will be. Now, I don't know how to equate how far rioting should go, how much damage should be occurred, and what the result should be. But I get the point of trying to force their I don't want to say agenda, but force their what's the word I'm looking for? Their meaning of what they're trying to accomplish.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
And what they're saying is we mean it. Right? Like if you don't persecute all three of these officers for the first time, send them to jail and punish them for the first time in history, then we're gonna do this again.
All four of these officers now have been charged, and they upgraded the dude Chauvin's charges.
Right, I saw that. And again, can we say the rioting got it to this point?
I think we can.
Okay, that's what I wanted to say. That was the point. On that note, I'm gonna leave it.
Yeah, and to add on to you, to piggyback onto that, I think if more officers, when they are, even if they don't end up killing somebody, but if it's police brutality, any type of excessive force that's caught on camera, anything, even if it's not, or but can still be proven, you know what I'm saying? I think they should, should lose their job. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
I think the point of our protest is we need to get reform. We want to change the ways that people are being policed. You know, we want to change different encounters. You know, we want to change the narrative of the Black man meets the cop scenario. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot it ends in the wrong way. But I think, as more cops are prosecuted, like with heavier charges and not just a slap on the wrist or administrative, leave or anything like that, then I think that more cops will have it in the back of their head to think twice. So even if you think twice, you know what I'm saying? Like, just think if that cop would have took his knee off his neck, let's say 3 minutes earlier, you know what I'm saying? Instead of just having it down there.
That's the penalty. I think there needs to be some penalties, right?
So I think the more, the more that cops are prosecuted, I think that it will still and always be police brutality and excessive force, because you will always have assholes on the force. But I think it will be not. I don't think the probability will be as high, because an officer doesn't want to lose their job over that. Once you lose your job over something like that, especially being an officer, you kind of like screwed. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's your record. That's it.
Like
I agree.
An officer, and I'm sure he probably is gonna get fired soon. He act like he was coughing on some Black guys out in Brooklyn. Like, like, are you serious? Like, we got you on camera. You doing it? Like, that considered now in wartime, that can be considered a terroristic threat. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Virus, yeah.
Coughing on me, and you can, there's potentially something that can spread to me and kill me. You know what I'm saying? So I agree. I think we will have to sum it up, I think there will be a change.
It has to be.
But you know, we just gotta wait and see. We just gotta wait and see, yo. We just gotta wait and see.
Right. Sounds like the plan.
You know, the protests and coronavirus. But we're gonna hop into our fashion and our style segments now. So my man JD Stewart about to bless y'all with some more styling tips. JD, what you got for us?
You know me, I always got some nice styling tips for you. And what I want to bring to the table today is a little something that has to do with collars.
Yes, yes.
All right. And you know me, I like to talk about, you know, shirts, collars, cuffs, and all that good, nice stuff that comes on your shirts. And here we are. I'm bringing it out, and we're going to make some things happen. So here today, I got types of shirt collars. Okay. And I love this because I love shirt collars, actually. You know, I like mandarins. I like button-ups. I like all types. But let's get the proper name when it comes to purchasing or ordering or knowing the type of collar you like to have. So as you see, the first one we got called a spread. Okay, so I'm gonna show you. That's this one right here.
Mm-hmm.
You can see this is a spread collar, right? And then the second one we have is the classic button down. It usually has a longer peak at the end than the classic spread does. Right?
Right.
And then you also have the button down. That's one of my favorites. Where the collar actually has a button at the end of the tips, and then button to the top right there. Right? So that's the classic button down right here. Everybody says button polo. That's what they're talking about, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, here's also one of my favorites, the Mandarin collar. Oh, I love a Mandarin collar, right? We referred to it as the Chinese collar back in the days, or you know, the proper name is a Mandarin collar. That's that 1 inch collar around the neck. Okay, sometimes we even like to call it a mock neck, but you know, it's a Mandarin collar. All right, then you also have pin. You know, a lot of guys like to wear that pin in their collar right here for the tie.
I like them.
That's your style. You like your pin style guy?
I like them.
Right, there you go. Circle that for you. All right, and then we got the wingtip, normally used and preserved for a bow tie. You know, you have the wingtip right there. You know what designer used to like to wear that a lot? Karl Lagerfeld. He liked the wingtip on his shirts all the time. Okay? And then you have the tab. That's down here at the bottom, as you can see. That's the tab, which is usually a flat, laid down collar, you know. I like the club. Club is a classic, like almost 30s, 40s type of collar from back in the days. That's an old classic cut, the club. You know what I mean? And then you got the contrast collar here. You know, as you can see right there, was usually a white shirt, a white collar, and usually a different color body. So it's a contrast collar. But here we go. You got 9 different styles of collars here, okay? And that's it. So next time, gentlemen, when you're ordering your shirts, understand and know the type of collars that you like to wear. All right? And that's it for today's style tip by JD Stewart. Take care.
Fellas, ladies, we're going to take a quick break to pay some bills, and we'll be right back.
We're back with my man Hubert Guy and his styling tips of the day. What do you got for us today, my brother?
I have something very simple for the fellas out there today. As we've known, we haven't been able to go to a barbershop for a very long time now. This could be a good thing. This could be a bad thing. I look at it as a good thing for the hair growth and rejuvenation of hair follicles. And I say that to say, now that your hair has grown in, you have put where, because you get a haircut all the time and that hair just don't come back, but if you haven't been getting a haircut now, please choose your barber wisely. You don't have to go to your same barber that you was already going to. You know what I'm saying? You can switch it up. You know what I'm saying? And because you want to preserve that hair that you got now. I just like this fresh one from my boy Mike Powell. Shout out to my boy Mike Powell. Gave me a crispy beard, crispy something like Popeye's chicken, tight line, Caesar. Woo! Very fresh. So choose your barber wisely. Barber wisely. Your boy, Uber Guy, with them styling tips. Holla at me.
All right. Sounds like the plan. Choose your barber wisely. That sounds like the topic of a sermon in church. Choose your barber wisely.
Right.
My man. Great advice as always, my man. And as usual, ladies and gentlemen, you know what time it is. It's that time to say goodbye. But we will be back again for the next episode. And my man Huber Guy is going to take us out as he always does.
Yes,
Peace.
Thank you for tuning in to the Social Style Podcast. To be a guest or advertise on the show, email us at socialstylepc@gmail.com.
Peace.
Peace. Holla at us soon. Your man, Uber Guy, JD Stewart, co-host of the Social Style Podcast. Look for us for all your hottest insights on music, entertainment, sports, politics, fashion, lifestyle. For you, we here. Holla at you boys. Peace.
All right.